Hey, we got Drewz Viewz here, back for a little Anime Monday, reacting to anime on Monday with Revolutionary Girl, Utena, Season 1. There's only one season, I don't know why I'm bringing that in. Episode 36 today. And of course, joined as always by Eric over here. What's going on, Eric? We are quite close to the grand conclusion finale.
I don't want to jinx it, but we almost did it. We've almost done the damn thing.
Jinx it like something could happen and we don't. Mid episode 37, the power goes out, never to come back on, or like
Never to come back on.
Utena gets wiped from YouTube.
That's the real worry. So now that you've said it out loud, that's great.
Now that I've said it out loud, that means it won't happen, right?
Right, reverse jinx.
That's how this works. Well, listen, is this dang world gonna get revolutionized by the end of all of this? What do we think here already?
Yes. Whatever that means. Which they still have not told us.
Well, let's dip back into the old comments. So we don't have the last episode 35 as of this record is too new out we don't have comments on that yet. But we can go back to episode 34, which was the Rose Crest. That was kind of like a big episode, the most we've ever gotten in terms of, answers, kind of backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, some commenters are saying, I mean, they're kind of dancing around things still, not to spoil us, but they're saying stuff like you still have to see who's narrating, or reliable narrators, this and that, or are they? Think about the various perspectives. So, like Dios, for example, is the prince. He is the one who's telling child Utena what happened. So I guess we're supposed to question if that is what happened still.
Okay.
It's getting pretty layered here because, like, they already had the play in this episode, which was like that. Clearly, that was like the broad kind of story of how people think now, which ties into like someone else was commenting. A classic archetype in religion and mythology: the young woman who's blamed for bringing all the misery into the world. Eve is responsible, etc. That's kind of what the play is, like the equivalent of like the Bible or what people think now. And then we get the flashback, which we think is like what really happened with Utena, like seeing the crucifixion thing with Anthony and everything. But now we're being told, like, was what the prince told her then actually what happened? So that's what I mean by, like, there's some layers here that we're still uncovering, I guess, to get to the truth. Yeah, so maybe this episode will tell us more. This one is called and thus opens the doorway of a night. And this definitely sounds like kind of like a final, opening the doorway of a night, a final thing here.
Yeah, like we're definitely starting the end, I would hope, anyway. And it sounds like it. Back to what the commenters were saying with the reliable narrator or unreliable narrator. So we got two versions of the story of the witch, right? That she was jealous of everyone else and locked everyone away so that she could have her brother, the prince, all to herself, or that being everyone's prince was like tearing him apart, Lisa, and she had to protect him by freezing society or whatever.
Yeah.
Or by locking him away and keeping him to herself. And now, in both versions of that story, she's become like the sin eater for just like everyone. And also we're stuck in this human instrumentality project, Beauty and the Beast situation. What were they saying, that like none of that might be true, or like
I guess, or is it like a third angle on this, maybe, that some of it's kind of true, or, I mean,
well, we're about to find out.
Ultimately, it doesn't matter what's true. Ultimately, I don't know, because like if you think of like the real world of like the Adam Eve story, that's not real anyway, right? Or some people believe it is, but like all that matters from that story is like how people treat each other now or deal with each other now, like, is the story. But in this Utena, there is like we're trying to figure out this whole time, is this real or not? It seems like it is real, so Auntie really is here, and like, so yeah, like you said, I guess we'll find out. I'll read one more comment though. Ender Valentine says, you didn't comment on this, but something I really like this episode is that when they're taking a photo Akio goes to put his arm around Utena's shoulder, but they're interrupted by Choo Choo, and when Anthy comes back, she inserts herself directly between Akio and Utena. And the commenter is going to say, like, this shows her true character, even though she's, like, really hard to figure out what's going on up there. Like, you see her trying to protect Utena in that moment. As someone else agrees with the commenter and adds onto it, too. But, yeah, I don't think we didn't talk about that, because at least I didn't notice it.
No, I didn't really pick up on that. So
that's why we didn't mention it, but it's a good poll. It's a good point. Yeah, it's definitely a show you could probably, I'm sure a lot of people watching this have went through it several times. You know, it's a second, third viewings probably catch a lot more stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and get on into let's open the damn doorway of night over here. Let's do it.
Drew, it is nighttime where I am.
Yeah. Well, let's all right, so you're already through the doorway. It's kind of like evening here. It's still light out. So let me join you on the, through the doorway of night.
Come to the dark side, yeah.
Back to Utena and not the grave, but in the coven. Council. Yeah, they kind of discovered that last time, or they talked about.
Which we've known since like episode 12.
Yeah. They initially made it seem like Toga was the one that saved her, but it wasn't. But he used that to his advantage in his first duel with her.
Right. Gave her, but they definitely, the story that they tell about them seeing her in the coffin is true.
They were there, yeah. Oh, right, we didn't mention this just now in the intro either, but it seems like the last duel is going to be with Toga and her and Utena, and possibly in this episode, we'll see.
So with that, does he want to, like, save her from the power?
Oh, yeah, Toga said he wants to save her. He's trying to be like End of World, but he's got in his head that he does like her now, I think. Mm-hmm. Right, there was a lot of horse stuff last time, too. Looks like we're getting more.
Which is interesting, too, the Toga thing. Like, when we had the Juri episode, the boy she didn't want to date wanted to give her the power. Toga definitely doesn't want her to have it. And both those decisions apparently come from the same place emotionally.
Yeah, it seems to be true.
It's really hard to find your footing.
I guess it's partially just because of, like, what we've been talking about, but it's hard to pin down what the revolutionary power actually is. Yeah. So everyone has their own interpretation.
As far as I can tell, it just makes you good at sword fighting. Well, not good at sword fighting, but...
Yeah, it makes you win at the last second. Alright, we don't like this over here.
The age gap alone...
This little character montage. Does she?
しかし実は僕にもそう粋なことじゃないですか本当にそう何かが変わっていく何もかもが学園のすべてが変わっていくようだ
Entire school, which is like the entire world, at least that's what you think, right?
革命の日はもうそこまで迫っている
Talking about the revolution.
でもなんだろう
Here we go. Smooth jazz.
Open road. Oh, with the... Okay, this is new. And the world is letting Toga use his personal highway here. Sanji, I gotcha. Does Toga have his own plan? Yeah, you're not End of World. Standing up in the sidecar doing it is definitely not as badass as jumping on the hood of the car you're driving.
Right. It's definitely less dangerous to ghost ride the whip. Jesus Christ, Chucho.
Classic napkin blanket.
I love him.
冗談だろ。なんで僕がこんな時間。
と言ったら
広場なんて初めてだな。ちょっといつもと感じが違ってるから。
Can they go up there without actually dueling?
まさかあんまり近づくなよ。
これは失礼。
What is happening?
言ったみたいでさ、どうしたんだよな。
そうだな。
星が多いな。
Alright, they're just stargazing.
綺麗だ。幸せなんだ。
また始まった。条件を話せよ。
理事長を愛してるのか。
あるもんか。
I've never considered it.
婚約者。私じゃなかったのか。
世界の果てか及ばぬもの。
But I did just say 1 minute
そ
ago.
の前に君の王子様にはなれないだろうか。
またそんな。
本当だよ、心から君を愛しいと思っている。美しさに惹かれる者は多いだろう。もし俺が君にふさわしくないとしてもそれだけでいいんだ。俺の中に刻み込めればただそれだけを俺に許してくれないか。
I just don't buy this.
Is this another ploy of his?
Yeah.
It's gotta throw off balance again to win again, I guess. Or is he just trying to mess up Akio's plans?
Maybe.
Maybe
俺
he's
は
just
君
trying to
の
make her
王子
doubt.
様になれないだろうか。
Loves Akio.
そういえば初めて会った頃が王子様かもしれないなんて。
どうだ、答えとやらは出たか。
キリトな。
ほう、
やはり彼女が俺にとって大切な人だという。俺はもう一度戦う。彼女を救うには次の決闘に勝て
Yeah,
ば。
we should be learning what we learned, or we should be taking what we learned about the color schemes. Color
そうなる
symbolism.
と彼女
See what's going
は
on with these flowers.
世界の果ての手に。
Oh. If she gets to the end of the maze, she becomes the Sin Eater. Is that what they're saying?
ベはどちらへ。ああ。
Amazing.
Quite a worm.
させてもらっていいかな。もう一度言おう。俺と決君はバラの花嫁を守り抜くので。
宮には誰にも手出しはさせない。
それで君が勝てば生徒会の者はもう決してバラの花嫁を狙いは。もし俺が勝ったら君は俺の女になれ。
だよ。あんたがそんな言い方するなんて。
Of course he would.
依存はないな。
いや遠からんものは音に聞け。こそは白馬の王子なり。わあ、白馬の王子様。私なんて素敵。白馬の王子様じゃなく様じゃないの。人間だけど王子様なのね。素敵素敵。お前
That was a short one. Alright, the duel is happening this time. Will Toga win again to set up the last few episodes of whatever?
3 more after this? Huh.
Or will she win and then, like you're saying, transition to the next stage or whatever?
Well, jury said it was already happening.
Or it would happen soon, I guess.
この戦いで世界を革命するもの。
ことはどうでもいい。
Never have.
確かだろうな。
ああ。
Is this the gayest sequence of the show right here so far?
Certainly.
Selfishly enjoy it.
No problem, buddy.
禁物だよ天上君。
North Pole Lemons.
俺がお前を守ってやる。
あなたとここで決闘するのは何回目だって
See, it,
言っている気がする。
Alright, it is the third because he did lose. I guess else he would have had to for her to get in here.
This is cool.
ルテル様、信じてよ、トニー。僕が信じられない。
Some powerful steel.
Allegorious.
This is how it's an allegory, yes.
Okay,
Alright.
tell us something.
世界を革命するものとなっただが世界の
Good advice.
心を許して
Why
は
don't
な
you
ら
just
ない
tell her that it's
俺
Akio,
に言える最後の言葉だ
even though you kinda did before, which is too dense.
先輩。
終わったのかな僕たち。
No, you guys can be boyfriends starting now.
今日はお疲れになったでしょ。あったね、姫宮。もう。
No one from the student council, at least.
Is yours frozen? Okay.
No, it's just a super long pause there.
姫宮。
Or is she finally gonna go see what's going on over here?
Did we just see Auntie's bare ass for a second? So she's gonna see the thing. Okay.
いたいた。
Well, yeah, so that was the final duel, presumably. We got a 18-1 style. I mean, not the same way. It wasn't the last one she lost, but basically only one L on the whole season for Utena. Cars were getting split in half. That was pretty cool. They were working together well, Utena and Anthe, and now they'll be together with no one to stop them. But of course, Akio's there to stop them.
Yeah.
Finally, she's gonna have to confront that next time. Yeah, we would have.
Yeah.
I assume.
Well, this whole episode and the episode before, frankly, it seemed like Toga knew something that she needed to know, but he couldn't tell her, right? Or couldn't tell her because reasons.
Yep.
But it seems like this is information that she really needs to know because she's about to, well,
what?
revolutionize the world in the image of people who may not be the
Yeah.
good guys. After all, I'm still wondering if my pet theory that I'm more than happy to be wrong all the time, as we've discussed. I hate being able to. I hate knowing the ending before it happens. I wonder if the thing, now that someone's proven worthy, she has to, like, remake this world in herself and Anthe is free. In her own image, and Anthe is free.
Yeah, I like that. I think that's could be likely. But what is she literally gonna do to get? Is it just as simple as like getting rid of Akio? I mean, I guess what we see that Anthe is still the same. It's seemingly from back in the day, being the witch, whatever. But Akio himself is not the.
Akio doesn't look
anymore.
like the prince. And in fact, I keep bringing this up. We saw him talk to
He's an adult.
at least the lifeless body of Dios.
Dios,
Yeah.
I guess is what we're calling the prince. Yeah. So can Akio just be killed or like something? I guess we haven't seen when he's in his end of world form. He seems to like have powers, but technically we haven't really seen him do anything a human couldn't do, right? Or have we? And I'm forgetting. Like if you just take it in the form of he's like the devil, right? Clearly he's supposed to be like the devil, but like if you just take that in like the form of like a human thing, kind of like I was talking about in the intro to this reaction, the real world illusions like from the Bible is like, but now we just take those things and like put them on things. So like this guy acts like a devil, like he basically coerced all these kids to fight each other. Meanwhile, is also like sleeping with all the women that he's like in charge of, you know, that he's there. So like a person could be and has, of course, in real life done stuff like that, you know. and is it all symbolic, and then you can just be like gotten rid of or whatever? But since Anthe is clearly, and all this dueling, all this magical stuff, whatever is happening, do we have to assume that he's all wrapped up in it too? And I mean, I guess he is. They are saying he was that old, like he was the original. So.
I want to know.
I don't know. I'm going.
Is it Akio's plot? Is it End of World's plot, or is it the witch's plot? To the extent that if there even is a plot, you know.
You think Anthe's setting this up?
I just feel like they wouldn't have called her a witch. I feel like they might have translated that differently if there wasn't some like connotation of deviousness.
Yeah, but I think that comes down to not that I'm saying you're wrong necessarily, but I was thinking it comes down to like the first layer of what we're talking about. The layers, like people, the Eve, you know, the woman that's like claimed is a witch, you know, because she wasn't a witch in the second layer, like the flashback,
right?
Relayed to us at least. And I'm also still not 100% certain that they're supposed to really be brother and sister, because like they're brother and sister in the first layer, like in the play, and obviously there's a lot of brother sister stuff in the real world of the show, but like they never actually said that it's his sister in the flashback.
Well, and in the flashback, to the extent that can be believed as like fact, we saw the prince, and the prince looked like Dios, not Akio. Maybe, man, there could be something there for sure.
Right. All right. Well, like you kind of said, the last episode and this one were kind of, you know, similar. Like this kind of was like a two-parter, I would say. I guess we saw what happened through the doorway of night. Didn't quite get to night on my end yet. I wasn't able to get all the way through. I still got a toe in the doorway. I'm not ready to jump in your sidecar of your motorcycle. On the road,
you're missing, buddy.
Yet, Eric, but maybe next time with episode 37. Let's see what that one's called. It is the one to revolutionize the world. All right,
which we now know is Utena.
Is there going to be a twist, or is it definitely Utena? Yeah. All right. Well, any more speculation you want to do or talk about anything else?
I think the Mavericks are going to come back, take the series. That's what I think.
Be the first, you're dating this one, be the first team to win, to come back from being down 3-0 in NBA history.
Well, the Warriors are the only team that's ever lost to finals after being up 3-1, so, you know, it's not like there's no precedent.
Yeah, exactly.
Luka Magic, baby.
Nothing I would love more than that. And a few episodes ago when we were talking hoops, if there's even one person watching, put a comment that likes the NBA also. Any crossover between this, and I guess I should have expected this, but so far no comments like to that effect. But we still want you to comment in general. I love to see when you comment amongst yourselves too, and like jump on each other's comments and
tell me how wrong I am.
That's cool. Yeah, we love that, and he likes to be wrong, so it's all fair. Like you said, he doesn't want to be right. That's boring to him. I like being right, but you know that's. To each their own. So tell me I'm right, he's wrong. Hey, someone did put an N in the chat for Nanami in one of the comments after we said that. So even though she hasn't been in it, and we're fine with that the past few apps, you know, since she hasn't been in it, throw some N's up in the chat for Nanami.
She's got to come back, right?
I would think she'll be featured at some point. Maybe not featured, but we'll be in one of the final episodes. We'll probably see all the characters.
Yeah, we better see more Jury.
Right? And we better see you back next on a Monday for episode 37. But until then, we're going to be up out of here. Peace.
どのかな